All right, good afternoon. I am gonna make some paper packs for my Etsy channel with some paper that I'm purging. And I cut a bunch of paper up into 6x8 and 4x6. These are the papers that I thought could use some more texture with stamping or jelly printing. So I'm going to jelly print today. And I'm also going to use some tissue. Let me get my stencils over here where I can reach them. Hi, Sophia. Um, I don't know what I want to start with. I think I'm going to start with the dioxazine purple. And I've sorted I'm just going to work on the 4x6s today. And I've got a stack that's kind of in the purple family. So I think I'm going to work on that stack for a little bit. And let's see. I think I'm going to use some smaller stencils. I'm just going to pull an assortment. I'm thinking I can put two different stencils. So I'm just pulling some 6x6 stencils. I'll start with those. Like to use some purple here. And hi, Judy. Some deli paper that I'll use because it's not going to be a perfect fit, just to help keep it clean. I do not like. I like this brand of paint. I hate these containers. The other brand that I have that has similar containers, it does the same thing. You cannot open it without it like getting on you, no matter what you do. That is too much paint, but it'll be a good start. May start with some tissue. Since I have so much paint on there. And then what I'll do is I'll cut this up and add it into some of the packs. Take that off. That looks good right there. But I'm going to go ahead and roll that out since I had so much paint. Let's do polka dots. And some kind of like scribble. Hi, Mama Juju. All right. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to take. I want a thinner paper. See if I can get a ghost print. It's hard where I live to sometimes get the ghost print. Well, I like the grunge. Let's see if I can get a little. All right, I may add some more to that one later. I'm going to add some white paint. I think I'm just going to put the paint more towards the center. Let's try. I'm going to stagger it. With this darker purple. It's got a pattern on one side. And let's go. A row of that. Nelly is so slick. I think it better just okay, that picked up something that was on the plate. Okay, I like that. I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to do something with it in a few minutes. It's the back side. Put something on that. That one wasn't on there. I like that one. I'm going to consider that done. Toss the ones that I think are done over here. Okay, let's see. Let's go. This is Sea Breeze. And that. Go with the other side of this here. Okay. I sometimes think I need to buy a new plate this size because it really is past conditioning, I think. Okay, that one I like. Let's see if we can add anything to this one. No. Nope. All right, so let's go with just some more Sea Breeze and do a layer of that. Yeah, I have done that before, but it's well, it's one of the original ones. So it's maybe 10 years old. Okay, I like adding that. Put that there. Need another stencil here. But yeah, I need to try some mineral oil, baby oil again and see if that doesn't help. But it just dries so fast. Like that should not be that dry. See, I'm not getting anything except for that little bit. Some of that's okay. I'm going to try some darker beige. Ooh. These are just lightweight papers. Thank you for coming by. See what if we can leave it on there for a few minutes and get anything. That's a good start. Now I like some of that. There's some good detail in there. And those need stuff on the edges. What I may do is do a mixture of jelly and just traditional stenciling. That one I think I'm going to leave alone. Let's try a raw umber. Hi, Tara. Put that on the edge of that. Put this one on the edge of there. use this one. On here. Move that down. All right, I like that one. I'm going to leave that. Okay. Those need a little more. Okay, I'm going to put some cream paint on there. And I'm just going to keep kind of layering some of this because I'll get both. Put that there. I think I'll do this. I don't know if I want that there. Let's find another cream colored one. This will be kind of tone on tone. And we'll do this. Do this on a green. Okay, I like that one. It needs a little something special down here. And I'm going to call that one done because it's just kind of a tone on tone. Okay, let's do this. Okay, those are good starts on that. That top is good. I think I'm going to put some clear gel medium to pick that up. And going to put it on this purple. I think that taupe will look really good on that purple. Might be blurry. It might not have been dry enough. And let's put some more on here. And right, I just pulled that back with a little bit of a baby wipe. Right, I'm going to call that one probably done. And I'm going to pick up some of this on just a light colored one, just to get some grunge on it. Fade off. Okay, that helped that. That's a good start on there. Wipe the plate off. So I'm going to set this to the side and work on finishing those with a couple other different techniques. Since the jelly plate's giving me problems. All right, so I'm going to use some stamps. Just got this set. I'm going to use this, which is writing. All right, so we know. I'm going to set the stencils to the side for this few moments. Okay, I'm going to start with the text. This is a stamp by Izod, Orchid, Iron Orchid. It has the name of the company here. Iron Orchid Designs IOD. And this one is it's a script. It doesn't say, but it's this right here. It's a script. So I'll show you. The first I'm going to do is do a tissue. So I'm going to use some clear ink. And I'll go with the purple. I'm going to just lay a piece of this. I tear this up and use it all the time for script. That to the side. I'm going to stamp in a Twilight. It's a kind of a navy. Some of that purple is still on there. Let's see. I think that's what I'm going to put on here. Put that there. And it's what I'm going to put on here. Hopefully it didn't move too much. Usually I do this with, yeah, I think that's good. Because these pieces are like to be torn up and used in collage, not necessarily as a whole. Set those aside. All right, now let's add some brown. So we've got that purple, a little bit of navy, a little bit of the brown. We'll add it right here on this edge. Okay, so I like that. And I think I'm going to add it to this one. Like that. All right, let's add some more of the navy back on there. I'm going to do another piece of the tissue. A bigger square that covers more of it. And I'm not worried if I get any little like smudges or, because like I said, this is intended to be torn up and used in collage. It gives me another piece of that. All right, let's take a baby. Actually, let's do this. This is my brayer paper. Clean that off just a little bit. I'm going to set that to the side. I think I'm going to use some of these to add something. I'm going to use black ink on these. I think I'm going to make it go on 2 of them. Yeah, I like to use my Braille pages. So that's good on there. I'm going to put some of this on the top of this one and the bottom of this one. Okay. I think I'm going to try the purple on this one because the paper's lighter. Okay, I'll let that one dry. May add something else to it. Some to that one. Pink cup. I think I'm going to add some brown to this. I'm going to use this one I used before. Okay, so that just filled in some places that were kind of blank. Got a little more on this one. Okay, let's put that up. All right, Tara. All right, let me put this away for a minute. Let's try this skinny numbers. And I'm going to go gray. And these come off. I just am trying to keep it simple. So first I'm going to do the tissue. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's try. Try that. That. Maybe this. Yeah, that's what I did. Hi, Ami. Is I did a lot of D-stash. All right, so that gave me a little more in the background of that one. Okay, so those are all getting some stuff in it. Let me put this numbers up. Okay, so let's set the stamping aside for a minute. All right, I know something I want to do to this one and this one. This is magicals that have water added to them that are left over from a project. The paint's going to act as a resist. Get a brush. I'm going to add a little bit of water because so I'm going to just use it as like a wash to add some of that turquoise. I think I'm going to call that one done. This one, I want another color besides turquoise. I have a purplish gray here. And there's still turquoise on my brush. So I'm mixing the two of those. All right, and I'm going to take just a plain piece of paper. I'll take my brighter paper. I'm going to blot just to get some of the moisture and if there's any extra color. So I'll keep that one kind of like that. Let's see. Let's try. I'm going to get a bunch. And I'm going to get cream colored paint over to the side and some of the sea breeze in different piles and some of this dark raw umber. All right. I think this needs some cream stencil on it. I want to stencil with some larger areas that are covered, I think. You know what I'm going to do? Floral. In the cream. Oh, thank you, Judy. Okay, and then I think I'll put just a little bit over on this side too. Because these are not finished pieces. They're papers that you would use in a collage. So they're not, it's not a finished project. I like that one. Just trying to take some of the paper that wasn't very interesting and give it some. Okay, let's do this one. All right, now I'm going to go with the sea breeze. pull back with the baby wipe. Let's just pull back some of that. All right, I think I'm going to call that one done. All right, let's see what we can do on this one here. I think I'm going to go with a bigger scale stencil. And I'm going to go with that cream again. It's got a little bit of that sea breeze in there. And I'm going to do the whole thing this time. Okay. All right, I like that. I think I want to add a little more interest right up here. Right, I'm going to call that one done. All right, now this one right here. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is add some splatters in that. And the gray. I think I'm going to call that one potentially done. Blot here. I may give that a little mist to lighten some of that. I want some bigger blob area. All right, I'm going to call that one done. Let's put that up. I need another sponge. Grabbing some of the bigger stencils. I'm going to go in with the brown on this brayer paper. Brown again. And some of that turquoise again. I'm going to use that cream to kind of blend the two. Okay. Just work back and forth. Turn the stencil. Let's go back and get turquoise down here. Then I'll get a different area. Brown. Okay, then we need that little bit of turquoise colored. Okay, I think I like that. I think I'll add some of that. Oh, I just spilled the gray magicals. Let me move this aside. I knocked that little container over because I didn't have the lid on it. It's up on this side of the table. I'm just trying to. There goes the turquoise. Why you don't leave stuff without a cap. Got the turquoise, which is what I was going to use on here. Okay, that's done. Let that to dry. Let's I've got turquoise on there. Let's just go with a blob and let it dry. Some of that. All right, let's let that dry, and I think that'll be good for that. Okay. Let's I'm just using this white paper to pick up anything left on the table. Scoop. Clean that out later. Probably get more out of it. The lid on this one. Okay, I'll let that dry and then I'll use that for something. It'll get used, but it needs to dry. Let that one dry too. Okay, let's try. I'm going to put the little stencils away. Still got paint over here that I want to use. All right, I'm just going to use this piece of paper. I think I'm going to leave the purples alone for a while. Go to, this would be good. Let's add some to this. With the sponge, let's add some of that floral. I'm just trying to use up the extra paint. And that has a floral on it. So I think I'll just leave that like that. And let's, on this one, let's use this again. And the brown that's left with the cream. This will use all the paint on the mat. Up. That's good. So I'll leave that one like that. Put that to the side. Get the jelly plate back. Let's try this. Let's try a stamp on the jelly plate. First. And stick to that middle area. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna let that sort of dry. And this is ugly paper. Then I want to cover up with a cleanup. So the first thing, let's add a layer of the turquoise. Let's do, this is like kind of like script. And let's go to a piece of the tissue. Pull that off. And we'll get some of the stamp on there too. All right, I'll set that aside. Pull that off. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to go with the straight up ugly paper and just do like a pickup. So I'm going to go with the cream. So there's a piece there. There's a piece here. Piece there. I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. I want to get a pretty good cleanup print. So I'm going to let that really dry to the paper. Some of this paper is 24, 25 years old. You know, you get a pack and you get paper that you didn't buy, that you didn't pick out. It was just in the pack. All right. That's good. And you can't see the original paper because I did a cleanup. Now, those could all stay the way they are, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take and clean off the plate a little bit because I don't want that weird line to accidentally show up. get some Prussian blue is what I'm looking for. Oh, there's that. Let me find a stencil that I want to use. And I think I'm going to use a sponge. I'm going to put the paper on the jelly plate. Put some of the paint over to the side. All right, so the first one I'm going to use is this kind of checkerboard one. This on top of that. Okay, I like that. That's definitely a piece I would cut up and use. And the next one. Use a map stencil. Oh, I like that one too. I'll let some of the more of that show through on this one, I think. take some of that back. Add a little cream to that Prussian blue. Okay, again, remember these are probably going to be torn up and used in parts, like you might use just that part right there on a collage. Go with the cream. Lighten it back up here and there. So I think that finishes that one. Let's go. That finished all the paint that was on there. Let's go with some more Prussian blue. I'll roll that out. Use that same stencil. I'll take off some of that. Okay. Clean some areas that didn't get clean. Okay, that's about all I'm going to get off because the plate's dry. So I'll set that aside. These are great in collage because the white part will go clear and show your background. Take that off. All right, let's try doing a cleanup. I'm going to do Naples yellow. With a little bit of the cream paint. There. And this is going to be on some more ugly scrapbook paper that I want to obliterate. This one's not going to cover completely. I need to move that one over. Let's see. Oh, that's really actually very pretty. Let me flip my chat. Or not. There it goes. All right, take this off. Okay, that one I like just as is. Let that dry. That one I think I like as is too. I'll try to grunge up that corner a little bit. That's good. All right, let's see if we can't pick up some of this over here. Yeah, that worked. All right, on this one, I think I'm going to use some of the Tim Holt grungy letter and some stamp with some black. I like that, yeah. Let's get some right here. And then I'm going to get some right down in that corner. So that's good. Let's go ahead and add some of that to the plate. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's go with like a coral. Let's do this stencil. Do a piece of tissue. And take stuff off that way first. All right, that's good. I'm gonna clean up in a couple more areas. pull that off. That's pretty grungy there. Set that to the side. There's some areas where there's not much. So let's go with a let's go with a burgundy. Some kind of red. Let's have a different stencil. All right, let's go. It's a cream colored piece. Yeah. Piece of deli paper just to get that extra bit off. Oh, that came out good. Just one little corner that needed. Yeah, I'll put this one up here. See if I can't get something on that. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Barely see that paper underneath. Pull that off. All right, so let's go with cream. Do a cleanup. Some more. Okay, some more ugly paper. These were like, had 4 squares, so definitely I want to get, they just use it to pick up a cleanup print. I may have to add more to it because there may not be enough detail. Let's put this one. Now these do have nice backdrops. All right, we'll put this one over here. I'm just getting some of the excess. Ooh, it's even picking up some of that navy from before. I'm going to smudge some of that. This will transfer some of that blue color. Main thing is we're covering up the ugly. All right, that's a keeper. Might stamp on that. Just using stuff that was on there already. I think I'll keep that one the way it is. See, this needs a little more paint. It didn't stick. I'm going to put a little more paint. Try to lay that back down in that area, same area. I think I'll stamp this one with the navy. Blue ink. Yep, so I'm going to call that one done. Oh, that worked. That got that little bit off. And I think I'm going to leave that one alone. Up. All right, let's clean off the plate a little bit. Okay, that's pretty clean. Let's see. Pull out some more. Ugly. There we go. The same thing. It was corner, so it has to be covered completely. And let's do a green. This is a sap green. Let's do a different stencil. Do this one. And a piece of tissue. That is not clean. The tissue picked up. I'm going to take a piece of paper. Put a piece of paper. My phone where I can see chat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to do this set, and then I'm probably going to call it for today. Yeah, that got a little on there. So it's kind of tone on tone. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I think I'm going to do some cream, almost out of this cream. I have more, but this bottle's almost gone. I'm trying to use it up. Okay. A little bit of white to it. Okay, let's do like this writing stencil. Let's take our cleanup paper. Okay, so that can be cut up and used. It looks very Christmassy, but I'll probably cut it somehow in here. So that definitely can be used. Let me see if I can take any more. Okay, take that off. Now we need the color to pick it all up with. We have the green and we have the cream. Yellow is so transparent. I think I'm going to go with the quinacridone gold. See where it just spit up on me. That's kind of transparent too, but I think it's going to work. Okay, so let's, I'm going to get this on here. There's that. There's that. This one's thinner, so I'm going to use this one over here. Do this one that's not on the, I was going to use my bigger plate, and I should have. Let's, that's a good base. There's actually still actually, I don't dislike that. That little bit is showing, but could be kind of neat in collage. Or if it had something in dark brown stamped on it. The paper has left a print. I think I'm going to leave that like it is. This one needs... Yeah, that needed the edge off. I think I'm going to leave those like they are. Maybe stamp on them. Let's see. I'll put this little bit of... There's some right here. There's some stuff that might get picked up. I'll go with some brown because that's kind of that cream. And I'm going to go with one of these thin pieces. Sit there a minute. Hi, Sandra. All right, I like that. It looks like some graffiti on barnwood. Let's see about using the brown ink that I had out from earlier. And let me... I think what I'm going to do is put some ink on this. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's put some... This isn't not a stencil. This was, the paper was already this way. The stencils I used on this was, this one is Stencil Girl right here. This one is also Stencil Girl. Yeah, this one is also Stencil Girl right here. This one is Joggles. This is what the paper looked like before I jelly printed it. It was a piece of paper that I cut. This one is also Stencil Girl. It's a Tracy Bautista. This one is Stencil Girl. This one I didn't use. It's a new one I just got from Amazon. It was part of a set. Stencil Girl. All the big ones I used were Stencil Girl except for one. And then this one I used part was Stencil Girl. In fact, I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'm going to leave that paper the way it is. What I'm doing, Zandra, is I purged a bunch of paper, and these are papers that were kind of plain, and I'm going to make paper packs to sell in my Etsy. My stack is, this is my little stack. I'll show you. This is what I have left of the little papers. This is what I have left of the big papers to jelly print. And I'll show you. This is what I have to sort that I'm not going to jelly print. So I'm going to make paper packs. So I have this size, which is 6x8 and 4x6. And I'm going to do like mono printed papers. I'm going to cut up some pieces of stamped or mono printed tissue. So I'm just going to include an assortment in each of the paper packs. So I was just trying to get some of the tissue done today. And some of the I was doing the 4x6, but I think I need to use my bigger plate. So this is what, let me move this. This is what we got done today. $18, $19, $20, $21, about 22. And then, like I said, I'll take, I'm going to take the tissue and cut it up into pieces. to include in a paper pack. So I'll probably cut the edges off. And I've got some other little things. I may put some lace, some of the acrylic lace stuff that I'm making from the molds in there. So that's kind of how I'm going to use it and start sorting them. I haven't sorted yet. So I did get the markers from that Dee Dee had shown, the paint markers, but I didn't use any of those today. I think next Friday I might use a paper pack and show kind of how I would use the paper packs. It just depends if I get how much jelly printing I get done between now and then. And it'll take a while to do all that jelly printing and sorting. So I haven't really done a whole lot. I started with this smaller size, but I think next time I'll use my bigger plate. I'll stamp some more of the tissue and keep on working on printing. So some of the tissues. So we've got several pieces of tissue, some brayer paper. I forgot this card. I got cards laying to the side that were drying that we had done too. So that's not too bad. Keep finding more paper stuck to the side. You know how when you're working, you just start tossing stuff. I did finish this little piece from last week. I put a piece of the faux lace on it. I haven't put a hanger on it or anything. And I think what I'll do is use a paper pack next week and do a cluster card out of my book, do one of the projects out of my book. It won't be the exact same things, of course, because you're using monoprints and ephemera. But my book this is a proof copy, so it doesn't they don't normally have this gray bar, but it's on Amazon and it's called The Art of Fusion: Collage Techniques and Inspiration for Mixed Media. So next week I'll do a project out of the book with some collage pack. Set that down. Do that. I think I'm going to sign off and let y'all go eat dinner or take a break before someone else streams this evening. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Yeah, I'll show you, Z. Yeah, I just did it, and it's on Amazon. Next time, I'm not going to do the print so big. But it talks about supplies, choosing papers, choosing color schemes, composition, print scale and pattern. And then I did some project ideas. So I did what I call collage clusters as a card, and included like gallery samples to show you different ideas. Then I did a vintage canvas, talked about the supplies you would need, and some examples of different ways to do it design-wise. Then I did an abstract piece. Then I talked about how to do one of the vinyl bags and how to create a pattern and work through a project like that. And included gallery examples back here. And then I talked about how I use paper piecing and how I work a project like that, and gave some examples of how I use these kinds of pieces in final artwork. And then my buyer. Yeah, I wanted to include a lot of photos. I'm working on one for stamping and stenciling. Next is the next one I'm going to work on. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about keeping the same title, Art of Fusion, and then changing the secondary title is what I think I'm going to do. Like a companion book, kind of. But I haven't completely made up my mind. All right, ladies. Thanks for hanging out.